Hello and welcome to the Comic Book Communicast, the official podcast of the Google Plus comic book community. Every episode, each of us chooses our favorite comic of the week to talk about, and then we'll discuss any significant comic-related news and TV from the week. And just a reminder, you can find all of our episodes at comicbookcommunicast.com, as well as links for the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, and RSS. Welcome to issue number 66 for the week of July 26, 2015. I'm Justin Beeson, and I'm joined by co-host Paul Christopher.
Good evening, everybody.
All right, let's get right into it. Pick of the week, where each of us chooses our favorite comic, and then we'll briefly go over the rest of the books we picked up this week. So, Paul, what was your pick?
All right, my pick was IXth Generation number 4. This is the continuation of the Aphrodite 9 books, where it starts out with Cyberforce, which I haven't seen any new books from them lately. So that's the past of this series. And then we had the Aphrodite 9 series, which was about her dealing with the two races left on Earth after this catastrophic event. We had the Jinn, who were genetically manipulated humans, and then we had like these cyborg type humans. And the Jinn won the war, but then the Aphrodite Protocol kicked in and wiped them out because the Aphrodite Protocol called for a strong race to survive, but a subservient race. So now Aphrodite 9 and her siblings are ruling as gods over the cyborg people and Earth. And now we've brought into play... So that was the end of the Aphrodite 9 series. Now we're in the IXth Generation series. And now what's been brought into play are all the artifacts from the Top Cow universe. So we've got the Darkness, we've got the Witchblade, and we've got a few other things that I am not familiar with. And so it's really cool how they're blending all of this in. So we've basically been living in a state of stalemate, where all of the nines have basically paired off, and then they just fight wars for fun, like competition. And then Aphrodite has remained neutral about this whole thing. She's kind of kept to herself because she doesn't want to be involved in this stuff. Well, Hades has been working with somebody who we find out at the end of this issue, to basically disrupt all this, and she's trying to kill off the rest of the nines. And so the previous issue, she's basically been secretly cloning herself, and she sent one of her clones into a meeting of all the other nines as a suicide bomber, and try to wipe them all out. And so they were all killed, but then they all get downloaded into new bodies. And so her objective now is to destroy the ability for them to do this regeneration so that she can just rule everything. That's basically, so this issue picks up from that and shows the aftermath of the suicide bombing, and people are regenerating, but Aphrodite has the Witchblade, and the Witchblade protected her from the explosion. So that's a wrinkle in Hades' plan, and she's obviously upset about this. And then we find out who Hades has been working for, and that's a big revelation. And they also did a really good job, because when we were talking about the bunker, I was talking about I have completely lost the plot. I have no idea where we're at anymore. The first page of this issue basically went over everything that had come before, in case you'd forgotten, because I think it's been a little while since the last issue.
The delays with Cedric's art, I think.
Yes, exactly. And at the end of this, he apologizes, and we get a glimpse of the new artist. And I gotta say, I'm not impressed. I love this guy's art. I love it. We've been talking about this from the first issue. It was so good that they had to ask him to tone it down. That's how good it was.
The bummer is that it looks like he might not be coming back for at least a while, because they announced a new ongoing artist for that series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a preview of the new artist at the end of this book, as well as an apology from Stepan. So either way, we're gonna miss you. I'm sure the Rat Queens are gonna miss you as well, and any other book, anybody else is picking up any book that you've done art on. And I just hope you get well soon, man.
Yeah, cool. At least we can still look forward to, I think, the last issue of Death Vigil. And then it looks like he's doing, I don't know if it was announced at Comic-Con, which I guess I missed that one in the news, but they announced a new series for him where he's kind of like playing with the Top Cow universe and like the artifacts and everything, but it's like out of continuity. So that should be pretty interesting when that comes up.
I haven't heard about that, but if he's doing it, I'll be there.
Yeah, he's one of the only artists where I will pick up a book just for him.
Exactly. Yeah, me too. Although I didn't pick up Rat.
You should. It's great. All right. So my pick of the week is Justice League Gods and Monsters Batman #1. So this particular issue wasn't, necessarily my pick, but I just wanted to kind of spotlight this whole series. So we've talked about this before when they announced it, but Bruce Timm is returning to DC Animation to do a new movie called Justice League Gods and Monsters. And the premise of it is it's an alternate universe where Batman is a vampire Kirk Langstrom. Superman is Zod's son who grew up a Mexican immigrant. And Wonder Woman is a new god. So that movie comes out, I think it came out digitally last week and it comes out on Blu-ray next week, but they're doing one-shots on all the characters and then a couple, I think a three-issue mini arc that might have already come out. The digital release and the physical release came out differently. And then they also did three or four YouTube shorts establishing everything. And this universe is really great. Bruce Timm back, controlling stuff is always a good thing. So this particular issue follows kind of Kirk Langstrom's origin from just becoming a vampire and his bloodlust to honing it to become kind of a vigilante. And it follows him and kind of befriending a mob boss and then, basically them going through their relationship. And I don't want to spoil the conclusion, but it's a pretty good conclusion. These are all the issues are written by J.M. DeMatteis with a story by Bruce Timm. And I haven't been a huge fan of J.M. DeMatteis, but I think he does real well with this stuff. But if you're at all looking forward to the film, you should definitely pick these up. So yeah, Batman, who follows that. Wonder Woman, it follows her kind of throughout the years because I don't know. I think the new gods are immortal. So it kind of shows her she's like an idealist. So the main story follows her joining basically a hippie collective in the 70s and where she discovers somebody's kind of experimenting on people and putting a stop to that. And then the Superman follows him as a Mexican immigrant. And, his parents are really they follow the American dream and he's a little jaded. So that kind of shows how he's like basically the anti-Superman. He's not a real fan of how the government works and everything. And so these are kind of the Justice League Trinity as you know it, but with more of an edge. They're willing to kill people. People, by the end of these miniseries, they have an established, I think sponsored by the government and stuff, but the general population is definitely scared of them. So I'm real hyped to see this new movie coming out. And if you're going to watch it, definitely pick them up. They did DC Digital first. So there's 12 issues total. Or no, more than that. 15 issues total, I think, to pick up at $1 a pop and definitely worth it. Did you take a look at any of these, Paul? I don't remember if you were a fan of the DC movies, the animated ones.
Yeah. So the problem with the DC movies, for the most part, because I've watched a couple of them, is they don't have the budgets to do it right. They're still Saturday morning type animation. It's not really smooth, and it's just I don't know. I would like to see them done more like the Marvel ones with the anime art. Those definitely a lot better. I did watch the Batman YouTube short, and that was pretty interesting. And yeah, it was surprisingly violent. Also, I don't like the Bruce Timm's art style.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. I mean, I enjoyed Batman the animated series. Don't get me wrong. I thought that was amazing, and I enjoyed the Justice League stuff. But just the more it evolved, the more I didn't like it. Like this, the men are always these upside down U's and stuff like that. Stuff like this. I'd rather just see like a more realistic art style than like this really heavily stylistic version. But I still respect the man for what he's done with the universe and whatnot. It's just not really my cup of tea.
Gotcha. All right. So what about other books that you picked up this week?
All right, so other books I picked up this week was only for some reason I'm still getting Aquaman. I think maybe I just tried to give him a chance because he didn't really change that much. It's not like it's somebody else being Aquaman. I'm not a big fan of the new artist on here though. What is his name? The artist is I have no idea. With his writer, layouts, finishes, colorist, letterer. I don't know who's doing the penciling, but I don't like it. So, whatever. Oh, here we go. Pencils. It's Trevor McCarthy. Okay. Not a fan. And then I got Trees number 11. So I was incorrect when I thought. Well, I wasn't sure. I was just speculating that it seemed like the last issue seemed like the end, but clearly it's not. So Trees continues along at a very slow, methodical pace, but I'm keeping with it.
All right. So I had quite a few books this week. Blacklist number 1, which I love. I like that show, so I'm curious to see what they do with it. Injustice, still going strong. Gods and Monsters. Old Man Logan number 3, still kind of a fun Secret Wars tie-in. Power Up number 1. This is the new series from Kate Leth and Matt Cummings, who worked on Adventure Time, and it's kind of cartoony, all ages comic, like with kind of a diverse cast, and it's about 3 people who just get random superpowers and they got to come together. It was all right. I think kids could enjoy it. Not really for me though. Star Wars Kanan Last Padawan. It's a good lead up to Star Wars Rebels, and I'm still loving all the Star Wars comics. Ninja Turtles Casey and April number 2, Uncanny X-Men number 35, World number 2, which I haven't got to, and Wolf number 1, which is kind of a big hyped new comic from Alice Cott. They described it as like True Detective meets Constantine, and it's kind of like a noir, a thriller. It was he actually sent out review copies, and so I read that one, and it was good. It hasn't quite hooked me yet, but I'll pick up the next issue and see how it goes. So you can go ahead, Paul.
No, I was just nodding.
All right. You can post and discuss your own books in the weekly CBC Pullbox post at hashtag CBC Pullbox. So check that out, where we post our weekly books, and you can talk back and forth and tell us how you liked them. So before we get to issues of the week, I wanted to kind of spotlight. We have a few new mods in the comic book community. Paul, you're one of them.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think we're above 25,000 members now. There's a lot of posts, so it's getting a little harder to manage. So we decided to invite some new people. So Paul is one, Brit B, who is a regular participant in a lot of the discussions, and then Joseph Sokolowski, who does the daily discussion posts, which we talk about on here. So welcome everyone, and say hi to the new mods when you get a chance. So now to issue of the week, where we choose a news story, TV episode, comic issue, or anything else that stood out to us this week. Paul, what was your issue this week?
So my issue this week is Ant-Man. Actually, I got my swag. I got my poster.
Nice.
Yeah. I grabbed an extra one for you, so next time you come visit, let me know.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so keep it light on the spoilers.
Yeah, I'll keep it light on spoilers. I'll just So this was a movie that I was totally against seeing. I was like, I have no interest in seeing an Ant-Man movie. Forget it. This would be the first Marvel movie that I skip. And then I saw the first trailers for it. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll give it a chance. And yeah, sure enough, I mean, Marvel, that like I should have just given them the benefit of the doubt from day one. They know what they're doing, and they're just doing such a great job with these movies. It was a lot of fun, and they really made the Ant-Man thing work really well. Like you could see, okay, I can see how this guy could be a superhero. I could see how this guy could fit in the greater Marvel universe. I could definitely see how he would be helpful as an Avenger. So, are you hearing the baby? Yeah. Yeah, that's
special co-star this week.
The bathroom is right back there, so she is she's in the bathtub getting ready for bed. She's actually late for bed. We were at her friend's first birthday party. So
yeah, it doesn't sound like she's ready for bed.
Huh?
Doesn't sound like she's ready for bed.
No, not even remotely, because grandma's here. So yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Ant-Man was a great movie. Highly recommend it. It's another win for Marvel. But here's the thing: if they can pull off Ant-Man, then there is no reason that they can't pull off the Hulk. I have no idea why they're having such a hard time with this. Ant-Man of all people. So let's get another Incredible, because I actually enjoyed the Incredible Hulk. I enjoyed that movie. Yeah. So I don't know if they're just working their way up to Planet Hulk, or there's just like not really any other like good Hulk storylines, or they're looking for like another good Hulk bad guy. I don't know, but
I think Mark Ruffalo definitely deserves his own movie.
Yeah, and for everybody who was like really complaining about the Wasp, all I can say is just wait, just wait.
That's kind of what everybody's saying.
Yeah, Marvel was not deaf to your cries. So, but yeah, it was a fantastic movie. Go see it on the biggest screen you can. Not necessarily in 3D. I always watch them in IMAX 3D if I can help it. And I thought the 3D worked just fine, but I don't think it was like necessary, because they didn't film it in 3D, so there's not like like major things where it's like, oh, stuff's coming out of the screen. Oh, that looks so neat. But yeah, it was. And so there's a mid-credit scene, and then there's the post-credit scene. So make sure you stay all the way through. And the post-credit scene, Kevin Feige has confirmed, was like lifted directly out of the dailies for Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, so, that's cool.
Yeah. So it wasn't filmed just to be the stinger on this movie. Like they literally it's a short scene from the next movie.
Cool.
Yep.
So where does this one now rank for you in the Marvel universe or Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I'd have to think about it.
Top 5? Little like on the border?
Yeah, it's probably like just under the top 5. Because I really like the Iron Man movies except for the third one. That was kind of like eh. And then Thor, and then of course you've got two Avenger movies out now. But although I gotta say the second Avengers movie was kind of a letdown. I mean, like character development wise, okay, but like story wise, I was like, really, giant city? That's all you could come up with, So, but this was definitely fun on the level of Guardians of the Galaxy. Because not, like Iron Man, it's got like humor and stuff like that, but it's not really meant to be like fun. It's more like action. And Thor is more like action. This is more like Guardians of the Galaxy, where you've got like a healthier dose of comedy. It's just more just general fun.
Gotcha. All right. Well, yeah, I think definitely gonna see it while in the next week or so.
You have to.
Oh yeah, definitely will. Got to see all the Marvel movies, and I will. So my issue of the week is that this was announced at Comic-Con, but DC is going to make a Killing Joke animated movie. And this one is going to be written and directed by Bruce Timm. So it looks like he's back. That's exciting to me. As far as the Killing Joke goes, it's a pretty interesting time for them to be doing that. It's recently come under, a lot of criticism with the whole Batgirl cover and kind of the reexamination of how like comics in general are treating women. But before basically the past year, this was like one of the quintessential Batman books. So I'll be curious to see how they handle it. You have any interest in seeing hopping back into DC animated if they make a Killing Joke movie?
All right, so here's the thing. First of all, I've always felt that this recent criticism of the Killing Joke is completely misguided, blown out of proportion. I think it's ridiculous. I think there's a seminal Batman story. I thought it was an amazing story. And I mean, I understand the logic behind people's criticism, and I understand like the lines of logic that are leading them to these conclusions, but I don't see it that way. I don't think there's any intention of that, and I just think that it's misplaced in this case. Two, I would love to see a Killing Joke movie, but because of the reasons we spoke about earlier, I don't want to see Bruce Timm do a Killing Joke movie. And I really don't think that like DC animated has the desire or the balls to do it the way it needs to be done. Like that should be like pretty solid, like close to R movie right there. Like, if you're going to do it, then that was like a very powerful book. That wasn't for kids. And if you're going to keep all these animated things, like basically at the PG level or barely PG-13, they're going to have to neuter that book so much.
I think they're going to go for the hard PG-13. I don't know if you saw the, I forgot what it was called, but the Suicide Squad one, but that was pretty hard PG-13. There was cussing, lots of violence, some off-color talk, like everything. So right. I think that they're going to do it justice. And as far as Bruce Timm, his movies don't necessarily go in his style because he produced a lot of the old ones.
Mm-hmm.
And they aren't always in his animation style. So there's a chance that this won't be it. The other cool thing about this is there's a chance that we might get Mark Hamill back as the Joker.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'll go see it if they, based on like the trailers and whatnot. But like, I was excited about the Dark Knight Returns one, and I haven't watched it yet, but I wasn't pleased with what I saw from the trailers and whatnot. It's like these are like major works. You need to pay attention. You need to put the money in, and you need to do it right. So
I liked the Dark Knight Returns. It wasn't like it was fine once you got used to the fact that they didn't put the voiceover in.
Yeah.
But it might have been too close of an adaptation that didn't really transfer over well. But I liked it. It was definitely worth watching. So some more news. We had Comic-Con, I guess, 2 weeks now or a week. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff. So first thing that caught my eye is we get new Flash and Green Arrow costumes.
Yep.
The Flash, not so different. Just basically his little emblem is white now, a white background. So I guess they're making, it's like big thing. Oh, a new costume. And it's not really that different. Green Arrow, on the other hand, comes with, they're finally going to start calling him Green Arrow instead of the Vigilante, or I don't even know if they call him the Arrow in the show. And the costume's greener and sleeveless. Any opinion on the new design? What was that?
He's looking more like the new 52 version, or was it all sleeveless? Yeah. No, I don't think it was. Yeah, I saw the pictures. It looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some looks like some more armor, and he's got like wrist things on. I don't know. It's all right.
Yep.
Next thing, I guess I should have put this one first, but we got a ton of trailers for Comic-Con.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah. Now me, I didn't watch any of them because I don't really like watching trailers on the computer. I wait until I see it in a theater. But Paul, let me know what was your favorite. What did you think? Like, what did you think of him?
Favorite one. Probably the Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice one, because we got like an extended trailer. We got to see a lot more of what was going on. Got to see a lot more of Batman, and which of course I was looking forward to. I think the suit's a bit bulky, personally. I think
it's Ben Affleck. He bulked up a lot.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it looks good. I liked the extended stuff. I liked more of what we got to see. I would have liked to have seen more of Wonder Woman, but what we did get to see of her was pretty badass. So I'm definitely looking forward to that movie. And then a close second would definitely be the Suicide Squad. I was pleasantly surprised with Suicide Squad because I was like, really? I'm not sure they're going to pull this one off. Although I'm still against Jared Leto's Joker.
Yeah,
because they did that picture, and everybody, and there's a huge backlash from the internet. They're like, "Oh, we're just kind of kidding," like it doesn't quite look like this. This isn't the final thing. And we see him in the trailers, like, "Oh, that's exactly how it looks. All the tattoos and the freaking bling in his teeth and all this stuff." And I'm like, But and then he was doing. What do you call it? He was doing Heath Ledger's Joker voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna wait and see, but it looks like they're trying to do like a younger, hipper Joker, or like for millennials or something. I don't know. We'll wait and see. But overall, the movie looked pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it. And then saw some footage from the Deadpool.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that one.
That looks amazing. That looks really, really good. I'm very excited for that one. I just don't understand why. I understand like they want to like debut this stuff at Comic-Con, but like within like the week, they should have it out on YouTube so everybody else can watch it. This whole thing where like they debut footage at Comic-Con, but then nobody else gets to see it for like another year or something like that. It's just ridiculous.
Well, the Suicide Squad one, Warner Brothers sent out a press release basically chastising anybody who shared it because, like, it is just, how do they expect nobody to broadcast it? That's just dumb.
And that's the thing. It's like, if you're not going to feed the need, somebody else is. Yeah. So get a freaking clue. I mean, HBO got a clue, and they're like, look, people want to see our stuff. They don't want to freaking wait. We're going to stop making them wait. Yeah. So, you want to do a Comic-Con exclusive, that's great. But then within a week, literally within 7 days, it needs to be available on the internet for everybody else.
Yeah, I get some of it. Like the Suicide Squad one wasn't really a trailer. Like they just took because they just started filming. So they just took some footage and put it up. And then the Deadpool one, it was because they didn't have the internet broadcasting rights to the music that they use. So they have to wait until they get that. But I mean, they need to have that figured out before Comic-Con because somebody's going to share it and then somebody's going to see a blurry version of your trailer. They can stop that. It's very easy.
Yeah. It's like you guys are multi-million-dollar businesses. Comic-Con happens the same time every year. Make this happen.
Yeah, definitely. Any other trailer? There was a Star Wars trailer, which I mean, I haven't watched that either, but nothing I'm already way too excited for Star Wars, so nothing that comes out is going to make me more excited or temper my expectations.
There was a Star Wars trailer before Ant-Man. I got all excited, but it's the same one we've seen already. I'm like, come on.
Right. Yeah.
Come on. So, I mean, that was coming out in December. So they need to get on the ball.
Yeah. All right, so my next item is Joss Whedon is returning to comics with Twist, which he described as a female Batman in the Victorian era.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. He hasn't done, I don't even remember I think he did some of the Buffy Angel comics. I think that might have been his last thing that he did.
Was that before or after the X-Men?
I think it was after. I could be wrong though, but I love his X-Men run. He did Runaways after Brian K. Vaughan left, which was all right. And I didn't read the Buffy stuff, but the Angel stuff was good.
Yeah,
What about you?
I'm not a big fan of TV show tie-ins, so I didn't, or movie tie-ins for that matter. So I don't bother reading. Like you pick up the Blacklist. I like that show too. I'm not going to watch it. The Star Wars ones, I'm not picking those up either. So it's just, but I like the idea, and I like Joss Whedon overall. So like, if he's doing an original book, I'll check that out.
And this is definitely gonna get some TV interest since it's Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
So okay, the next one. Oh, DC announces Batman and Robin Eternal. This is going to be awesome. So this is the sequel to Batman Eternal, but it's going to focus on all the Robins. So you have Dick Grayson, Bluebird, I'm drawing blanks, Damian, Tim, everybody. And it promises the return of Cassandra Cain, and it's going to focus on her. And this is going to be Snyder and James Tynion heading up again with a bunch of new writers. And this time it's only going to run for 6 months. But I'm always down for some Robin focus, and having these writers handle it. I'm looking forward to it. You think you'll hop back into DC with this?
Yeah, if it falls outside of the whole Gordon Batman thing, then I'll check it out. And I'm glad that it's only 6 months, so that definitely encourages me. Because the last one was like Batman Interminable. It was too long. Too freaking long.
Liked it.
It drove me nuts. And then like the different artists and whatnot. So like you never know, you pick up an issue and there's an awesome artist. You pick up an issue and it's a crappy artist. It's like I need some continuity in my life. And I need to know that I'm gonna keep getting good story and good art. So, but this for just 6 months, I can do that.
Yeah, and hopefully with the 6 months they get their artists a little better lined up. Because there was a lot of quality jumps on Batman Eternal, so hopefully they can avoid that a little more with this one. And next, this one's fun. There's going to be a Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover where the Turtles get transported to Gotham. I am all in on this. I love the Ninja Turtles series, and obviously I love Batman, and James Tynion is going to be writing it. So I have no clue what they're going to do with it, but I'm in.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait to see what you say about it. I'm all about crossovers, but like some of them that seems just like, I don't know. I know the Turtles can get pretty dark, but I don't know. Like the Batman Judge Dredd crossovers were awesome. Those were a great idea. Batman and Spawn was amazing. But like Batman and Predator was, so it really depends on who it is.
Cool. Yeah. So I'll let you know when I pick that up, and I think it'll be good. So my last item is that we're going to get a Legend of Korra graphic novel series. So after Avatar ended, they started putting out like kind of mini graphic novels through Dark Horse that have been really good and expand the universe. And so this one is going to take place basically right after Legend of Korra ends, and it's going to explore Korra and Asami's relationship, and expand that universe as well. And I am a fan of anything in the Last Airbender universe, so I'm pretty excited for these. Did you watch any of that Last Airbender series?
No. I'm familiar with it, but yeah, I don't watch any of it. I saw the whole movie.
Oh no, I stayed real clear of that.
Yeah.
And I would never touch that. My old roommate, who was a big fan of the Avatar, he was real stubborn about it. I warned him too. I was like, don't see it, but he still did it anyways. And like, it like almost tainted his appreciation of the original cartoon series because it was so bad.
Yeah, I think
So,
since I didn't watch the original series, I wasn't quite as badly affected, but I still didn't. No, no.
All right. So any other news stories or issues that I missed, Paul, that you wanted to go over?
No. I think I think that we covered all of it. Yeah, all the news coming out of Comic-Con, all the new movies coming out. Oh, so there's Supergirl. We've seen like a more extended trailer for her. We got new posters for her. Still don't like the costume. Still undetermined on how they're gonna on the approach for this. So I'll definitely watch it though. See how it goes. But
All right.
yeah.
Cool. So time to move into CBC Just for Fun from our newly mod status Joseph Sokolowski, where he posts daily topics, and you can find those under the CBC Just for Fun hashtag or under the CBC features section in the comic book community. So this week's I pulled out, and we're talking about trade paperbacks. So the question was, what was your first trade paperback or graphic novel you ever bought?
It would probably be. I think actually it was Son of the Demon, and we were talking about that in the community a lot. And I was saying like that was a really really good book, and I would like for DC to get on the ball and start digitizing more of their old graphic novels, making them more available. Like I don't know, I know Killing Joke is on Comixology.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think Son of the Demon is on Comixology. I don't think Arkham Asylum. I don't think that's on Comixology.
Is Son of the Demon the one where like it was an out of continuity story? Is that the one that Grant Morrison took to create Damian?
Yes. My understanding is he basically he either hadn't read it or like he had read it so long ago he's kind of fuzzy on it. Because he said something originally he had this whole thing about her drugging him, which is not involved in there at all. And then also at the end of that one, she leaves the baby like on a doorstep. But and with the Grant Morris stuff, then it's like she raised him like as a clone, or not as a clone, but she did clone him, but she raised him like in a vat and all this other stuff.
Right.
So
my first trade paperback that I remember buying is JLA Tower of Babel. So this was right after Grant Morrison's kind of iconic JLA run and Mark Waid took over. And this is the story of Batman getting his secret plans stolen to where he has basically a method to take down every single one of the Justice League. And so you find out it's Ra's al Ghul, but Ra's al Ghul and Talia take down each member and using his plans. And then, Batman has to stop him. And it ends with Batman getting kicked out of the league. So that's actually like one of my favorite all-time Batman stories. And yeah, I guess it stuck with me.
Yep.
And they made that's also the basis for the animated movie Justice League Doom, which is good. But
yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good. Yeah, I didn't read Tower of Babel.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, so I was out of comics by that point.
Yeah, it's definitely like that was the start of where I started liking Mark Waid.
Yeah.
So, I guess before we wrap up, we'd like to talk about the other stuff that we've been taking in besides our weekly comics. So, Paul, is there anything over the last week that you've been doing?
Yes. The new Max Gladstone book, First Last Snow, is finally out. And so now I'm engrossed in that whenever I have a spare second. So, yeah, that's basically going to occupy all my free time. I actually had to put it down long enough to read the books for this week. But yeah, it's a fantastic book. If you like fantasy, then you should definitely like urban fantasy. You should definitely check him out. He's a great writer, and this is what's they call it? The Craft Sequence series of books is amazing, and each one has some sort of like number value to it. And it turns out that is like the chronological order that they fall in, because the characters don't necessarily cross over. So it's like it's self-contained stories each book. So if you want to read them in the order they came out, you can do that. Or if you want to read them in the order that they chronologically take place, then look for the number. So we have First Last Snow, Two Serpents Rise, and they also take place in different geographical locations. Like the first two take place in the same city, but then the rest all take place in different areas. So then Three Parts Dead, Full Fathom 5. So we're missing the one with the 4. So we don't know when that'll come out, though, since they don't come out in order. So, yeah, but really great series. Really great series.
Yeah, I have the first one like either in my wish list or like my to read thing on my Kindles.
Yeah.
Still, I haven't done a lot of novel reading lately because of all the comic books. It's definitely in my reading list, though.
Once you start, you can't stop. So just set aside like a weekend.
All right, sounds good. So for me, Angie and I, my fiance, were looking for something to watch the other night, and we decided to finally take the plunge and watch some Inside Amy Schumer. Oh man, that show is hilarious. I mean, everybody loves it, and they've said it's funny, and just never gotten around to watching it, but finally did, and I kind of regret it because now that's like that's all we've been watching, and it's been really funny. And we're gonna go see a Trainwreck tonight, so that should be pretty fun. Amy Schumer is just hilarious. Have you watched any of her stuff?
No, I've seen. I saw her video for was it Lemonade?
Oh
yeah, I saw that video, and I've read some articles about her and some of the things she's had to say and whatnot. I think from what I've read about her, she sounds pretty cool. But no, I haven't seen the show.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Really funny, and I mean, like a bunch of them are on demand, so they're pretty easily accessible. So I think that about does it for us. You can find links to all of our episodes on comicbookcommunicast.com. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/comicbookcommunicast. Our audio version is on iTunes and RSS, so you can subscribe and rate us there as well. If you want to watch live, we usually record every Sunday at about 8 p.m. Eastern. So join us right here next week. Thank you, and have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.